wonder if this shit still downloads while I'm playing a different game.
I think it does, but don't quote me on that one. But we are live. We are live, guys.
That's how we do it.
We are live. What is good, everybody? It is your girl, Nia, the video game her, and we are back for another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. This will be episode number 54, and we've got a lot of great topics for you guys. But before we delve into our topics, we're going to go ahead and introduce our panel. And panel mates, whenever you introduce yourself, let the people know what you've been gaming on and all that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and start with Kuuppon. Kuuppon, let the people know who you are and what you've been playing.
So I'm still the struggle diva, but I came up on some cash, so hopefully we can see some games that I can actually produce. Expect some Cuphead this weekend. Oh my god!
And make sure you tweet
Cuphead before real.
I will tweet it. I will have it.
Make sure you tweet Erica because she says that no girls are playing this game.
Yep. Oh, she called both you out.
I don't care.
She can call
Erica knows me.
My situation. So
Erica knows me. She know I don't beat games. Like she know me.
Yeah.
Like me and Erica booze. She know me.
Yeah, and I don't beat games either, but I don't really give a shit. But I mean, shit, I'll play the game.
Okay, I played them,
so
I don't beat them though.
I'm on a podcast with a couple of casuals here.
I'm casual as hell.
Casual my ass. Been here since the gaming started and gonna be here when it ends. Even if I don't finish a game. Okay. What now? What now? Say that. Ain't too many people can say that. That they been here since the beginning, even if they don't play them all the time. Fuck you.
Since the beginning.
Anyway, yeah, so what I've been playing, just the usual Overwatch, Paragon, freaking Stardew Valley, like I said, Cuphead this weekend. Hopefully I can get my Sonic Mania now, get some Rocket League on the map, you know, get that Mario and stuff, so things are coming.
Gotta see.
Lord have
things are coming, so bear with me as I catch up.
Aren't you gonna get Sonic Forces?
Fuck that game.
Lord have mercy.
I'm getting Sonic Mania.
I heard it had a whole year of development, and it's not so bad, guys.
Well, I'll tell you this: if it has a year of development, it needs another couple of years to finish that. Anyway, so as I was saying, yeah, so some games are coming on the horizon, and no, I'm not getting Doom. Sorry, I don't. No. But
Dude,
hey,
I'm
more
playing
power
Doom
to
right now while we're talking.
I'm just not into that game, so I'm not gonna kid myself. I'm not gonna get it, but I hope it does well.
PC. It's like $10.
Well, I know, but I'm not gonna play it, so I'm not gonna get it at all. I just
Y'all are crazy.
I don't care. I'm sorry, it's not my cup of tea. But I hope it does good on the Switch. So far, people saying it's doing well. Like I said, games coming on the horizon this weekend, so be on the lookout, and I'll be doing my thing as I go. So there's that.
That's what's up. So, Alex, go ahead and let the people know who you are, where they can find you, and what you've been playing.
What's going on, everyone? Active Sin here. We're back for another week of Team Red Talks Nintendo. I've been playing the only games that matter right now, Mario Odyssey and Doom on the Switch. Who would have thought that would be in a sentence? 2017, I'm playing Mario and Doom on the same console. It's a fucking miracle, guys.
And on the toilet.
Yes, and on the toilet. Rip and tear and wipe until it's done, y'all.
That is
so disgusting, but
Alex. I don't even. You know what? Do you, player? Do you?
But yeah, I've been playing two amazing games on the Switch. I don't like playing Doom docked mode on the Switch because it is extremely blurry, but taking this game around with you on the go is fantastic. I was actually in the bank today, waiting in line as you know you do, so I was just playing Doom, and some old lady was behind me, and she was cringing from all the blood, so it was a good day.
That's amazing. I love it. Awesome.
That's a win.
It's definitely a W, fam. Definitely a W. Is that all that you have, Alex?
And I'm downloading Rocket League as we speak, so I'll try that out after the podcast if we can get a multiplayer match going.
Yeah. Shout outs to the homie Jerry Totten. He says, "Rip and tear while you rip and tear."
Damn, I don't know what kind of shits you're having, buddy.
I have a question.
My dude, you need to see a doctor.
That is like, you need to go to the doctor type level.
No, that is whatever you are eating, put that shit down.
You gotta lay off the Chipotle, my friend.
Haven't you heard? Nobody eats there no more.
Wild. Anyways, man, we're gonna go ahead and keep this ball rolling. So you guys already know me. It's your girl, Nia, the video game her. You can find me here where you're watching me. All of my information is down in the description. Make sure you also check out the Team Red Discord. We do keep it live and popping up in there, and we love to troll real gamers. So if you like to troll real gamer,
that's the place to do it.
I probably shouldn't advertise that. He's gonna really hate us for real.
If you guys want to troll a real gamer buying an Xbox One X to brag about 4K Netflix, you know where to go.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. We love you, real. We promise we do. But so as far as what I've been playing, man, I've been playing a plethora of things. I've gone back to Dauntless. Y'all know Dauntless is my jam.
Of course you did. No loot boxes.
Lord have mercy. They did take those out. Out of there, which is crazy because they have They have more reason than anybody because that game's
good. Yeah, isn't that game free?
Yeah, it's free to play. So
yeah, so the model would actually sustain that. But anyway, been playing.
Looking at you, EA.
Oh Lord have mercy. They are wilding out. I played some Watch Dogs. It was free for about a week on Uplay, and that game runs like hot garbage on PC. So I wanted to test it out to see if I actually wanted to buy it, but no, I will not buy that on PC. It is unoptimized garbage. But luckily, Watch Dogs 2 was much better and runs better on PC.
Was it only like free for a couple days or something?
Yeah, it was free for like a week. It was free from like the 7th to
I
like
thought you
the
got
13th.
to keep it.
No, it was only free for a limited time.
Oh, well
garbage.
then
that's dumb.
That's stupid.
Unoptimized garbage. If you guys saw the Super Mario Super Show that we did last week on my channel and you saw my gameplay, you could see how like my stream and all that stuff was messing up. It's because that game is unoptimized trash. Okay, moving on. But it was slightly enjoyable from what I played. Slightly boring. I think I would probably enjoy Watch Dogs 2 a lot more. But it's not a bad game, man. It's not a bad game.
I enjoyed Watch Dogs 1. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad game by any means. It just runs like garbage on PC. So if I were to ever get it, I would have to get it on console because apparently, PC version is not up to par.
That's when Ubisoft was on their PC gamers are all pirates kit.
Yes, I'm glad that they've changed their tune because Watch Dogs 2 runs very well on PC and the new Assassin's Creed runs very well on PC, so I'm very pleased about that. I will be copying Assassin's Creed Origins when it's a little bit cheaper because I actually do really want to play that.
Assassin's Creed.
Other things I've been playing, I played a little bit of Doom on my boyfriend's Switch because my boyfriend currently has Doom on the Switch. It's actually not a bad port, man. Like there's a lot of people out there, downplaying the port, but I actually think it's a pretty decent port for what it is. I also played some of the multiplayer. Oh my god, I'm trash, bro. Like I'm already trash, but I'm like extra trash with a controller because I don't play shooters on controller no more. I gotta step it up. But I do have a secondary account. You guys can go check out my Twitter where I made a post about my secondary account. So if you play Doom multiplayer on the Switch, go ahead and add me on my secondary account. And I've also played More Fight, which is a indie game on Nintendo Switch. It's also on PC as well. It's a pretty decent game, pretty chill if you like chill games. But that's pretty much for me. I haven't really been playing a whole lot outside of that. But let's go ahead and jump into these topics. This is a Nintendo podcast, and we like the platform, so we're gonna jump on to this next topic. So, I'm just saying, we gotta keep it real. So there are currently some rumors going around on Reddit, per usual, because that is a constant thing on Reddit as it pertains to gaming, about a couple of supposed upcoming Nintendo Switch titles. So I'm going to be taking this article from My Nintendo News, and it goes on as follows. A huge leak may have just emerged on Reddit as member Das Vergeben, I don't know how to say that, could have just spilled the beans on a number of upcoming video games. As usual, these kinds of posts could be taken with a grain of salt, but it's certainly worth a read. A Switch port of Dragon Ball FighterZ is in the works and will likely come out in fall/winter of 2018. Soul Calibur 6 is in development for Nintendo Switch alongside the PC and PS4. Link will be a returning guest character on the Switch version. The next rumor is there has been pressure toward Game Freak to get Pokemon's 8th generation out in hopes of a release next year. If you recall Pokemon Stars, that is or was real, but all it was Sun and Moon port to the Switch used as an engine test tech demo thing. Metroid Prime 4 should have something revealed with some in-game footage early next year from what I've heard. I'm hearing that direct in January particularly. Bandai Namco is developing the game for Nintendo. I don't know which development studio. Another rumor says there is some kind of new Animal Crossing that they hope to release next year as well. The Switch Virtual Console will not be like how it is currently or we know it to be. There is some kind of subscription service kind of in the works. Mother 3 is real. Okay, this is what the rumor says. Mother 3 is real. According to my source, it was completely localized and playable. The sad thing that I've heard is that it is being held back for some reason, which all I know has something to do with not knowing which month to release it in. According to my sources, they claim that Square Enix is doing a World Ends With You 2 exclusively for the Nintendo Switch, and supposedly Blizzard is preparing a Hearthstone port for the Switch. I'm not sure when this will be announced due to the phrasing, but I heard about this when I went to BlizzCon. So these are all of the supposed rumors about upcoming games coming to the Nintendo Switch. We're going to do this roundtable style because this was a lot of information. So we're going to start with the homie Alex. Alex, give your take on what's been going on right here in these rumors. Any of these seems plausible? Some you think is just non-plausible? What do you think?
A lot of these don't seem real. The Switch port of Dragon Ball Z Fighters, yes, that's probably coming because Xenoverse 2 apparently sold pretty well, so I would imagine that's coming. What else was there? Soul Calibur with Link. It's been done before on GameCube, so that's plausible. But stuff like Mother 3, sorry, I don't believe it. Pokemon coming out this next year, that's totally doable.
I think that's plausible,
I think that's probably why they're ramping up production of the Switch so much. Like, Pokemon's that game that's going to bring the Switch to that next level. Other than that, Virtual Console becoming something like Game Pass is what I've been expecting it to be, so I hope that one is true. But, what else? Blizzard preparing Hearthstone? Like, who cares? That's stupid. We want
Overwatch.
We want fucking Overwatch, not
It should be Overwatch.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, not the only one that seems out of the blue would be Mother 3. I just don't see that happening. Metroid Prime 4, I don't think we're going to see that next year. I think that's too soon. But other than that, like, the rest of them seem okay, I guess. But, like, some good stuff in there, but we'll see.
Yeah. What do you think about these rumors, Kuuppon?
All right, so Dragon Ball Fighters is a doable thing. I could see that being possible. Soul Calibur with Link, all been done before, so obviously that could be a thing. Pokemon, don't know. But I mean, hey, they need to ramp up. Yeah, I guess it could be a thing. Metroid Prime, at least showing something, maybe small footage, maybe, but I think I mean, that's assuming that they've had this in the works for a while. And when they did make the announcement, that's the only time we just heard about it. Is for them to have the footage. Animal Crossing, maybe. I mean, it's not like they can't do it. So we'll just have to see.
Animal Crossing. That's probably
Virtual Console. Yeah, cool. I could dig it. Mother 3 is probably the ones that I'm just like, huh? We'll see. We'll just see. And The World Ends With You 2. Like, I played the first one, loved it. Would love to see a second one if they would package it with the first one, with like a little update of the first one on the Switch.
I have no idea what that game is.
That'd be half.
It's an RPG on the DS.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I say bring the first one over as well to kind of bring in extra crowds and stuff like that, so they're not left out. But if it's a thing that they do plan on doing, then okay, cool, wonderful. We'll just have to see. Blizzard, nobody cares about no Hearthstone. Bring over Overwatch and call it a day.
I feel you.
Done.
What was that? All your thoughts, Kuuppon?
Yep.
Okay.
Went down the line.
As far as my thoughts are concerned, I actually feel like a lot of these are actually quite plausible. I think even Mother 3 is plausible because remember when they were talking sometime during the Wii U era where they were talking about the possibility of Earthbound coming to the Virtual Console. A lot of reason why they weren't able to bring it to the Virtual Console is because there was like a lot of licensing issues related to that game because a lot of the music and stuff that they used back in the day was kind of like samples of like popular music in that time. But they found a way to fix that. They found a way to get around that, and lo and behold, both Earthbound 1 and 2 are now on the Virtual Console on the Wii U. So I think it's very possible that we will be getting Mother 3 in some form or fashion on Virtual Console, because they probably have found a way to overcome that hurdle as well. It only makes sense considering that we've already gotten the first two already on Virtual Console. As far as Dragon Ball Fighter Z and the thing going on with Metroid Prime 4 being made by Bandai Namco, remember how we were literally just talking about this last week, how Bandai Namco has kind of changed their tune about the Switch. At first they were kind of like, they didn't really know about it, and now they're really starting to see the value of the Switch and how it could infiltrate the market. I think that if that is true, what they were saying in the discussion that we had last week, it's very plausible that they're going to go ahead and bring over Fighter Z, and it's very possible that they're working with Nintendo on bringing one of Nintendo's own IPs out. Because if you guys look and see what freaking Ubisoft is doing, Ubisoft is killing it right now because they made a game with Mario in the title. So it's very possible that Bandai Namco will want to band together with Nintendo after, you know, this newfound, not even really newfound because they've had success in the past, but this resurgence of success with the Nintendo Switch and working with Nintendo on one of their very own IPs. As far as Soul Calibur is concerned, I got a co-sign with Kuuppon. We've had a Soul Calibur before in the Nintendo system, and it did feature Link. I could definitely see that happening again in recent.
I hope it's Breath of the Wild Link, though.
Breath of the Wild Link, please. Yes.
Please.
Yes. As far as Pokemon, we already know that coming. I think Pokemon is definitely coming next year because dude from the Pokemon company said, hey, look, we working on a Pokemon game, so y'all chill. So it's very possible we're getting it next year. As far as us seeing in-game footage of Metroid, I think I have to co-sign with Alex to say it might be a little bit too soon, but I could see some in-engine footage maybe where they have like a cutscene of Samus doing some stuff, you know. Animal Crossing, you already know that's coming because with the Animal Crossing Direct that they had recently, they did allude to the fact that the Animal Crossing mobile app will have some kind of functionality in sync with the actual real Animal Crossing game. So I could definitely see that being right around the corner as well to kind of coincide with that application. The Switch Virtual Console being a service, I could see that too because Nintendo kind of already said it. When they were talking about the Nintendo Online deal about how they were going to do virtual console games and kind of let you play like a limited version with online and stuff like that. I do think that they are thinking about ways to revamp the virtual console, and I really do hope that it does come to fruition in the form of a subscription service because one, you will be able to up your library a little bit quicker because you have money actually going into it for that specific purpose. And anytime that you want to set aside something and you have money going into it for a specific purpose, like a subscription service like Netflix, you have to keep up with the demand because at that point people are paying you a fee in order to get that service. It's on demand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're gonna have to pump those games out if they decide that they want to do that. Square Enix on The World Ends With You, I feel like that's plausible because Project Octopath exists. Right now, what I'm seeing with Square Enix and Nintendo is they're bringing some stuff that's, you know, some hot stuff that they also have on the side, like Dragon Quest and what else does Square Enix have right now? I can't think. But I know for sure they're doing the whole Project Octopath thing. So that goes to show that they're doing things that they feel like would suit the Nintendo fan base. So they're going out of their way to make exclusive content for the Nintendo fan base, which I think is actually very smart. Because Project Octopath demo is fire. So
it is very good.
So I could definitely see A World Ends With You 2 coming because of that very same premise. They're trying to figure out ways to get games that fit inside of the Nintendo ecosystem that the Nintendo fan, because The World Ends With You has a very niche fan base. And it was one that was very well received from the DS. I could definitely see that coming back.
What Square needs to do is give us Final Fantasy VIIs, because that's when they abandoned Nintendo.
That is absolute fact. That has
to happen.
Absolute fact. And as far as Blizzard bringing Hearthstone, I could see that being plausible because I know I don't want Hearthstone, but I can see it happening because I could see Blizzard kind of using that as a way to kind of tinker with the Switch, see what the Switch is capable of, see how to develop for the Switch to potentially bring other stuff in the pipeline. It's not what we want, but I can see that happening because that's something that developers are already doing. I mean, Rockstar is doing it right now with LA Noire.
Probably a little easier for them to deal with too.
Exactly. And they're probably trying to see what the innards of the Switch are like and what it can do and all that stuff. So I can actually see
that's the kind of game that would bring Assault King over to the Switch.
Wow! Wow, they should bring Gwen. Anyway, so yeah. I mean, since you loaded the gun, I'm just pow pow. I'm backdooring. But Alex ain't no good, bro. Man. All right. Anybody want anything to say about the rumors thing before we move on to the next topic?
I really hope a lot of these are true. That's all.
I don't know if they're true or not. I'm not gonna say they're true because anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
But
as far as like the time frames,
yeah,
like the time frames maybe might be pushed around a little bit for some of them if they are true. So that much I can go on, but like saying they're outright true, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, of course. There's no way to say that they're outright true, but they are plausible. They're not like
somebody
crazy
ban
things.
Nell. Somebody ban Nell in the chat. Ban Nell in the chat right now.
What did Nell do? Federation Force Port for the Switch.
No.
Yeah, Nell, you gotta go.
No.
Time him out.
I'm gonna give you a timeout now. That's ridiculous.
All right.
That's some straight heresy.
That is straight up heresy right there, man.
Get rid of that. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Man, so let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. So we're going to be talking about eShop debuts. So those of you guys who have been following the Nintendo eShop, you already know, like, the eShop has been getting mad crowded. We talked about this a little bit last week even, and it's not stopping. Like, the eShop is so crowded. Can't keep up.
This month especially is insane.
This month, this is third party.
This is third party month.
Yeah.
Because these games are really squeezing in. But let's go ahead and talk about what all has released between last week and now. Because I think we did talk about what we got last week, right? I think that's when Doom came out, right?
Yeah.
So y'all know Doom came out. But since then, we've got Snipper Clips Plus. Has the new DLC. So if you are a Snipper Clips fan, or if you have Snipper Clips already, you can get the DLC for, I think it's like a discounted like $10 or something like that. So the new Snipper Clips DLC is out. I think that I'm probably gonna cop that because my boyfriend and I actually really enjoy Snipper Clips.
That game is fun.
Surprisingly fun.
You need someone to play with. Don't play that game by yourself. It's for sad
play
loners.
by yourself.
Yeah, you can play by yourself.
That is not a game to play by yourself. It's not.
Why would you want to play that?
That's yourself? A 2-player game. Come on.
It definitely is 2-player.
Like you can.
It's not even about it being hard. It's just not fun.
It's just like it's just that it's a lot more fun with someone else.
Yeah, just like Overcooked. You can play Overcooked by yourself.
But it's probably not recommended.
Definitely not.
Sucks.
And Overcooked is already a hard game, by the way.
Right. It's stressful.
That's like playing Go Fish with yourself. Like, yeah, you could do it, but it's kind of sad.
Rip. All right, so Rocket League came out literally last night. We're going to talk more about Rocket League. I'm not done with that. So Rocket League came out at midnight. Rhyme came out as well today. We will be talking about that as well. Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 came out. I don't know if I'm gonna get that one. I do like the Lego. I like the Lego games, but I don't know about that one.
And those Lego games go down in price so fast.
They do. Yeah, that's why I'm like I'm just gonna wait. But I do like Lego games. I do like Lego games.
You could already get that Star Wars Lego game for like under $10.
True. This is facts. Let's see. LA Noire came out today. I actually heard LA Noire is actually a really good port.
Yeah, apparently it is. That's good.
It'll Do 2 is coming out coming out today. Well, it did come out today as well. I'm actually interested in that, but that price though, ooh.
Isn't it like $40 or something?
It's $30 in the States.
Yeah, so for me it's gonna be 40. That's too much for like a tiny little Zelda clone
and
game.
It'll Do 2 was like a fun game. It got a lot of good reviews. I hope It'll Do 2 does well. That price is really steep though.
It's a bit much.
Let's see. Ben 10 came out this week, so if you have any kiddos out there that like Ben 10, you know. So
what kind of game is it?
Ben, I don't know. I guess it's an action game or something.
Is it an action or platformer?
Ben 10 cartoon was actually not bad. I only saw a couple episodes.
Yeah.
If it's a platformer game, it might be fun.
Yeah. So if you have kiddos that like Ben 10, that came out today. It's action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can turn to like the monsters.
It's a little beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah. And also Telltale Batman came out today. So if
you
want Telltale Batman on the go, that is available for you.
I haven't seen nobody talk about that game, so I don't know if it runs well, how it looks, or nothing.
Right.
All I've seen is people talk about LA Noire and Rocket League. And
people are starstruck about Rocket League. And let me tell y'all how real it is. I'm looking at the numbers right now on the bestsellers list on the eShop. So let me tell you, okay? So, of course, number 1 is Mario Odyssey, because that's, like, one of the best games out this year.
That's a must-own game.
Number 2 is Rocket League. Let me remind you guys, this game came out at midnight last night. Stardew Valley was number 2 behind Mario Odyssey for weeks, holding it down, okay? Rocket League just came out today, and it has already bumped Stardew Valley out of the number 2 slot, and it is now number 2. Okay.
Crazy.
Stardew Valley's number 3. Of course, it ain't leave. It ain't really go nowhere because it's Stardew Valley.
Just had to make some room.
It just had to make
a lot of Switch
room.
lovers love that Stardew Valley.
Yes, so it had to make some wiggle room for Rocket League because Rocket League is, man, people are on it. Doom is number 4, which I really love to see.
I'm so happy.
I knew people were gonna attach themselves to Rocket League and Stardew Valley because of the nature of those games and the portability of the Switch. But to see Doom as number 4 really makes me happy. Number 5 is a game that we shall not talk about. Sonic Forces, if you want to know. Number 6 is...
What is wrong with these people?
Quality control,
I swear, man, these Sonic fans are gluttons for punishment. They'll buy anything.
I mean...
You'll have no quality control.
I mean, it's number 5. I don't
think
it's...
Moving on.
But, yeah.
For 5 years of development? Yeah, exactly.
So number 6 is Mario Kart 8, of course. Number 7 is like
still that high.
How did Sonic beat Mario Kart?
That's
Mario Kart's been out since March.
That's true.
Well, that's true. And then Sonic fans.
Like Sonic just came out.
They're sheeple. I forgot. Okay,
that's true. Number 7 is a game that's not even out yet. It's just available for pre-purchase, and that is Skyrim, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That game is not even out yet.
It's not even out yet, and it's top 10.
And it's number 7 because of pre-purchase.
I didn't think Skyrim was going to sell on the Switch. I was one of the people...
I was skeptical about that one.
A 6-year-old
old ass game.
Yep.
That's like an old ass game.
It's not even out yet.
People, I guess they wanted it on the go.
That's good. Like Nintendo picked the right game to publish, I guess.
Skyrim has a very big fan base. I think we know that now.
Yeah.
Number 8 is Legend of Zelda. Number 9 is Overcooked. Number 10 is Minecraft Story Edition. I mean, not story mode. I'm sorry. It's regular Minecraft.
Regular
number
Minecraft.
10. Okay. Number 11 is Sonic Mania. Number 12 is Monopoly. Number 13 is Uno. Number 14
Monopoly has a lot of problems on the Switch.
I heard. I thought it had an update or something. Maybe
it does. It's still not. They still haven't addressed it yet.
Okay.
Like what's wrong with it?
Maybe it's just really buggy or something.
Lynn was telling me about it, but she put in her cartridge to play the game, and it just has her on the screen loading constantly. It won't even go past the load screen. She hasn't even played the game yet. It won't go past it.
Who made it?
Let's see who made Monopoly.
I think that was
Ubisoft made Uno.
Ubisoft made Tetris.
Ubisoft made a different. They did Tetris.
Uno.
Yeah, they did Tetris,
which was also bad.
They made Uno.
Uno's okay.
Is it like Hudson or something?
I'm looking at Monopoly right now. It says Monopoly. It says Hasbro.
Oh, that explains it.
Ubisoft.
Then.
It was Ubisoft. So Ubisoft.
It is Ubisoft.
Yeah, it was Ubisoft.
They made,
Oh, okay. They just don't know how to make board games.
They don't know how to make.
They made Monopoly and they made Uno.
They don't know how to make.
Those guys made Mario Rabbids. How the fuck they know how the Switch works?
That's probably their C team or D team or some
black F team, G team, H team.
Going
down the alphabet here.
It's one of them fucking teams. It wasn't the A team, that's for sure.
Crazy.
That's wild.
So let's go ahead and move
your
on.
Shit, Ubisoft, please and thank you.
Oh my god. Let's go ahead and move on down the list. So number 14 is Golf Story. Golf Story's been holding it down on the top 15. And
it's been there for a while.
And number 15 is Cat Quest. So
that's cute. Cat Quest.
Cat Quest actually looks pretty cute, but I'm really iffy on the quality because it looks like a mobile game. But it's adorable.
It is a cell phone game.
But it's adorable.
Totally
it's so cute.
It's so cute. When I saw it, I was like, too bad it's cell phone.
So for those of you guys who are interested in how everything is going on the eShop, the eShop is doing very well, faring very well for third parties and indies. I can only hope that Nintendo makes it even better when they revamp the eShop. It makes it easier for people to find games. I'm really interested to see how that top 15 is going to change when they do revamp the eShop and have better filters and all that stuff, which they did add a filter for games with demos, by the way. So if you're looking for games with demos, they did add that to the eShop. So
yeah, because the way it is now, it's very hard to navigate the
It's
eShop.
very, very, very hard to navigate. So as far as our eShop things, we're done with the updates for that. But I do want to talk about a game that did just come out on the eShop, and that is Rime. So I'm going to go ahead and read a couple of things about what's been going on with Rime on the Nintendo Switch. And this is an article coming from Nintendo Everything. And the heading is Rime has a day one update for the Switch. And the article goes on as follows. If you're planning on picking up Rime today for Switch, you should be aware of a day one update. The team has implemented a number of fixes and improvements that are delivered in the first patch. So here are a couple of fixes here. Fixes an issue with Sentinel animations. Fixed an issue with controller input not behaving correctly. Fixed an issue with LOD load and unload. Resolved an issue with audio distortion. Fixed an issue with the black bar appearing on the extras menu. Resolved an issue of background audio not playing. Fixed an issue with elements of a puzzle not being able to be triggered. Fixed some issues with puzzles not functioning correctly. Fixed an issue with lag in certain puzzles. Fixed camera collision issues. Added missing video effects to shades. Fixed an issue where the game would become unresponsive at the logo screen. And added a light to a missing sentinel. So that is a lot of things that was wrong with this game on day one.
And yet they didn't fix the audio problems or the frame rate problems. How strange.
And apparently this game doesn't run well on any machine. So to those of you guys who are looking to purchase Rime, this is not just a Nintendo Switch problem. This game is just not running well on PCs, on PlayStation,
I don't know why,
on Xbox.
These guys just aren't good at making games.
I don't know what's going on with this game, but I hope they find a way to fix it because it does seem like it has a very interesting premise, and I would hate for something like this to kind of make people look over it, but they have to fix these issues. So anybody want to talk about this before we move on to our next topic?
What's there to say? It's been out on Xbox and PlayStation for over 6 months. They still haven't fixed the problems there.
Yeah,
they took an extra 6 months to put it on the Switch for no apparent reason.
Yeah,
it's still broken. It's easily the worst version. It doesn't have any sort of scaling when you put it into to handheld mode. It just looks like shit. I don't know what the hell they were doing. Like, I'm just gonna assume they're a small team and they're like inexperienced, so they're just not very good, maybe talented. I guess
maybe it's just inexperience.
Like it's Unreal Engine. It's not like it's supposed to be one of the easier engines to use, right? It's got to be due to them being a new team. They're just not experienced.
You know, it's funny because like the interesting thing about Rime is I remember when it was first announced, it was only gonna be a PC and a PS4 exclusive. Yeah. And then they decided to make it multi-platform.
Sony kicked them to the curb.
Yeah, they decided to make it multi-platform. So I wonder if, like you said, if it was because Sony kicked them to the curb, or if they thought that they saw greater potential in this game and they wanted to expand it to an audience. Because if it's the latter, then maybe they took on more than what they could chew, trying to develop for all of these different systems at one time. Because when there's a moment in time where a game is not running effectively on any platform, then maybe the team probably took on more than they could chew or cash more than they could pay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
hopefully they fix it. You know, the games have been redeemed. Whether or not it'll be too late when it happens or not it remains to be seen.
That's a different story. Yeah.
But like No Man's Sky, they took way too long to fix it, and now it's gone. So
nobody cares.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to a game that actually caught my eye. I don't know if anybody has actually ever heard of it. So I'm gonna tell you guys about it because I think it actually looks really cool. So there is a game that's coming to the Nintendo Switch and PC. It's called Sleep Tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and read a little excerpt. This is from Nintendo Everything. And it says, Sleep Tight is revealed for Nintendo Switch. And the developer is called We Are Fuzzy. That sounds like the people who made another game.
We Are Fuzzy. We still talking about Ryan?
Oh, that took a minute.
Oh my god.
I'm slow to the draw tonight.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it took a minute.
Alex, oh my god.
Asshole. I'm looking at a video of this. It looks
I've
good.
never heard of this game. What is this?
I'm looking at the video. It's so cute. This looks nice. I like this. It's like a siege game.
Oh my god, Alex, bro. Alright, I gotta get my composure. This freaking guy. Alright.
I mean,
We Are Fuzzy has revealed Sleep Tight, a new arcade-style twin-stick shooter for Switch. The game involves building the perfect pillow fort and defending a childhood bedroom from monsters. We Are Puzzle has quite...
It's cute!
Yes, it reminds me... let me read. We'll talk about it. We Are Fuzzy has quite a bit of talent on board. Max Berman, the creative director behind Westworld's opening credits, is working on the game. An artist who has been involved with Game of Thrones, Far Cry 5, Titanfall, and Iron Man 3 is working on the project as well. In addition to Disney character artist Dylan Eckert and Ubisoft / Far Cry designer Oscar Martin. You can definitely see the Disney influence in this game. It looks like straight from Pixar.
It looks like a Disney game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the game. I'm going to just let it run in the background as we're talking.
Did
it reminds
this just
me
get announced or something?
Yes, it was announced. It is slated for Q1 of 2018, so that's early next year sometime.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
It reminds me of a mixture of Monsters Inc. and Fortnite. It's really cute. Like I like the it's kind of like, I don't want to say tower defense. It's not quite tower defense.
I was just gonna ask. It sounds like a tower defense game.
Yeah, it's more like it's a twin stick shooter, so it's top down. And you're building things to protect yourself. So I guess it's kind of like a building / survival / twin stick shooter. So it looks really cute and really fun, and I really wanted y'all to know about this because this game is really not getting a whole lot of press and publicity, and I think it looks really cool and really cute. And maybe something that y'all can look into, and maybe y'all can follow it just like I'm following it. So now we're gonna go ahead and move on to another update. So to those of you guys who are interested or do play Ark Survival Evolved on either Xbox or PlayStation or the PC, the developers of Ark Survival Evolved, they are talking about possibly bringing this game to the Nintendo Switch. So I'm reading this from Nintendo Everything. I don't know. We're going to find out. Ark Survival Evolved dev is a fan of Switch, and he's looking into the platform. So it goes on to say, Ark Survival Evolved developer studio Wildcard has expressed interest in Switch. During an interview with games industry studio Wildcard co-founder Jesse Rabsack said the system would be a great platform for a game like Ark because if the game is designed right, you can kind of pull out and do some stuff. Rabsack added that the team is investigating Switch to see what we can do there. The one challenge is that Switch is a totally different platform. Rabsack brought up that memory in particular could pose a problem in bringing Ark over. However, Rabsack did say they're throwing some ideas around, just seeing if it makes sense right now. So these are his full words. So this is a direct quote from Mr. Rabsack himself. He says Switch is a little challenging because it is a totally different platform. So we're throwing some ideas around, just seeing if it makes sense right now. We don't have any concrete plans yet, but we're very close to Nintendo up here in Seattle, and we all love the Switch for portable gaming and stuff like that. Ark is one of those games where if you want to do everything you can do in the game, it's hard to pull away from it and go to do real life. So I think the Switch is a great platform for a game like Ark, because if the game is designed right, you can kind of pull out and do some stuff. It's kind of like some players play it almost like you might play a mobile game, you know? You might want to go do something in the game for a few minutes, like tend to your dinos or your crops or something if you play Ark that way. The mobility of the Switch platform might be appealing to those players because they can just carry it with them. So we do have a lot of hurdles there, especially with memory. But I will say for sure, we're not ignoring the Switch. I think it's definitely proven to be a platform that is a little bit better this time around for third-party developers. People are buying it. People are loving the games. I think it's just something that now is on our radar. So let's take a look at it and see what we can do there. So, Kuuppon, give us your thoughts first. We're going to do this roundtable style because there was a lot that he said there.
I don't know the first thing about Ark Survival Evolved. Or
it's a survival game on the same style as like think okay. Minecraft.
I'm hearing
it doesn't have like the pixelated accent. It's basically you could do whatever you want to do. You could build a house.
From what I heard, you could
train dinosaurs and fight, stuff like that.
Okay.
You're surviving.
So from what I've heard in our chat right here, people are saying that the port or that the game itself is trash as far as the optimization.
Yeah, it's not very optimized on PC.
It barely runs on the Xbox.
So it's like I don't want you bringing an unoptimized trash game to the Switch,
and it's still not fixed, by the way.
And it's still not fixed on the best platform, which is PC, and you bring it over to the Switch. No, it's not gonna work that way. So that's my first thought on that.
Yeah.
He's blowing smoke up your ass. This guy is a crook. The game is still like not even officially out yet, and they were trying to take money for season passes.
That's so true.
I had heard
these guys are fucking con artists.
So basically, a con artist is trying to slither his way over to the
Switch. He's trying to Project Cars you.
Okay, well, no. Then if this is a project coercion bullcrap, then no, I'm not on board with that. But I did heard from the grapevine some offhanded stuff about this game, and I was just like, well, whatever.
They were saying some wild shit too. When the PlayStation 4 Pro had just come out, he went around saying that the PlayStation 4 is as powerful as a GTX 1070.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You can't trust a word this guy says.
Yeah, he sounds fairly shady, but I wasn't interested in the game before. I'm not interested in it now, and hearing all this stuff, I sure as hell ain't interested in it. So I feel like
Ark Survival suffers from the same things as PUBG. Ark Survival is one of those games that got so popular that they decided to pour more money into it on stuff to make you pour more money into it instead of actually focusing on the foundation of the game. Like, that is one of those games.
Fundamentals of the damn game.
Yes, that is one of those games that's very popular on PC. People play it hard body on PC. I think on Xbox too, people probably play it hard body. But
I think so.
They're so focused on the fact that it's popular and people are pouring money into it instead of actually fixing the game. So, like you guys, I am not interested in this until they optimize the game. But if there is a situation where the game is or does become optimized, they do patch it over time and make it run correctly. I still do have concerns, like he said, with the memory. Now, Ark Survival is one of those games that always has an expansion. It's always expanding. So if you have a game like Ark that is always expanding, how do you adapt a game like that with the Switch that has these very limited memory options, has very contrite memory options? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure some people out there would navigate or would gravitate rather to Ark on the Switch, but it's got too many problems, man. They would really have to find a way to not only optimize it first, but find a way to what am I trying to say? Try to find a way to compress it down to where it doesn't take up so much of the memory that you would have on your Switch, between your Switch and your memory card.
Oh, like real talk. Like, the people who play on the Switch are not the same kind of people that play on PlayStation and Xbox. They don't just stand here and accept garbage. They're not gonna do it. I mean, it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna sit here and take some game that runs like shit. Why do you think like people are shitting on Rhyme now? Because that shit's not acceptable. Ain't nobody said a goddamn thing when that game was running on shit on the Xbox and PlayStation.
That's very true.
Nobody said nothing. But like it comes to the Switch, people are like, nah, we have other games to play, so you can keep your garbage. And it's like that's what would happen with this game, because like you can't bring shit ass games over to the Switch. Nobody's gonna buy them.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be fair, number 5, you know, Sonic Forces, but you know.
Well, that's
just brain dead
people. Sega fan.
That's unfortunately Nintendo has to harbor these fucking refugees.
They're refugees from the Sega generation.
These Sega refugees have found their solace at Nintendo, and
I mean, Nintendo's kind of holding their main hedgehog.
Those aren't necessarily Switch fans. They're just Sega fans.
They're Sega fans on the Switch.
Yeah.
Where they can, the only place they can get their fucking fix. So hey, welcome home, I guess.
Because that's the place where you're gonna get the most Sonic.
Take your shoe off the coffee table, please.
Oh my gosh, these freaking Sega guys, man. They find solace where they can.
Terrible.
They find solace where they can't. So let's go ahead and move on to a topic of great interest to us. So, do you remember HB from Xenoblade Chronicles X? Well, guess what? He's kind of making his way in Xenoblade 2.
Yes!
HB was the shit.
My boy HB
I love HB.
He's the GOAT.
After
we found out about Lao's situation, it was all about HB. He was
about
the
HB.
GOAT.
HB is the GOAT. You can't
so,
touch
to
him.
those of you guys who are out of the loop on HB, HB is a character. He's one of the soldiers. They're called Blades in Xenoblade Chronicles X, who's helping to reform this planet to make it their home. And he is an asshole. He's a know-it-all. He's a smart ass.
Alex.
But he's
Alex.
He's so funny because he's so sassy. I love him. So his voice actor is named DC Douglas, the English voice actor. So there is going to be a character in Xenoblade 2 that kind of has the same likeness as HB, short haircut, exactly like dark hair, glasses, and he looks like he's gonna have the same personality based on the trailer or the footage from the Xenoblade Direct that happened a couple of weeks ago. And he's going to be voiced by the same man, DC Douglas, that voiced my boy, HB. So if you guys love HB, find some solace knowing that he's going to be living through this new guy, and it's going to be awesome. And that's reason enough alone to scoop Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
He's going to be my main, that's for sure.
HB's back. I hope he isn't a traitor. I want to keep him on my team.
I want him on my main team.
I don't need no waste my time 2017 now. We already had that for 2016. I don't need that no more.
We don't need
no
more.
I want HB back. His name is not that. His name was what? Hector something?
Hector.
Hector. I forgot his name. His name was Hector something. That's why they call him HB.
Yes, he was a pretentious prick, Unforgiven. That's exactly right. A pretentious prick.
He was basically Alex in a video game. That's all you need to know.
He was basically Alex.
Because every time I was talking to him, I was like, I just kept feeling like I was talking to Alex. I'm like, this fucking dude. I'm like, Alex, what are you doing in this video game? He's like, yes. I'm like, HB.
That's exactly right. So
Alex in a video game.
HB is back. All right. So I just have to have a geek out moment. That's not really like a in-depth topic. We just wanted to let you know.
Just geek out a little bit.
We just wanted to let you know. Just keep you in the loop.
I'm about to geek out in the next topic.
That's all. So, are you ready? I think she's ready, folks.
What are we talking about?
Go!
I have no idea what you're screaming about, but okay.
So, for those of you guys who don't understand why Kuuppon is squealing, there is a rumor that the Switch is getting 2 Ace Attorney compilations.
Please be truthful!
Along with a brand new entry. So let's find out. Let's find out the details. Kuuppon, I'm about to spill the tea, girl. Are you ready?
Okay, go. Okay,
Are you ready?
Yes.
So, Nintendo Everything says, last week, Capcom confirmed that Ace Attorney is heading to Switch in some fashion. Kotaku UK shares more on the company's apparent plans. If the site is to be believed, 2 compilations will be launched in the first half of the 2018-2019 financial year, which falls between April and October of 2018. The initial release will be a bundle of the first 3 Ace Attorney entries. The other, naturally, is a bundle of games 4 through 6. So the first compilation is supposed to be 1 through 3. The second is supposed to be 4 through 6. That's the rumor, okay? And then it says that Kotaku UK adds that Capcom is also working on a brand new mainline Ace Attorney title for the Switch. It's supposedly scheduled for a late 2018 simultaneous global release. The site goes on to say that it will have 5 cases at launch and features Phoenix Wright returning as a playable protagonist of the story. So Kuuppon, squee away.
I can't. Oh my god, that's all I see. I believe I said this a couple of weeks ago. I was like, mad at Capcom, and I was like, you need to give me Ace Attorney before I forgive you for any fucking thing going forward. So I guess they must have heard me, because Diva gets what Diva wants. Hopefully this rumor is a true thing, but it is still a rumor. There's no, concrete evidence. But I'm gonna squeal, and I'm gonna be happy, and just hope that it's for real, and they don't dick me around, because they dick me around, I'm gonna find a dildo, I'm gonna dick them around, and be mad at them.
Whoa,
and I'm
that's
never
a lot
gonna
of dicking around,
I
folks.
don't care. I'm gonna be mad at them forever. If this shit,
holy shit,
I'm saying it right now, if this right here doesn't become a thing, forget you, Capcom. I don't want to talk about it.
Man, we were talking about this before the podcast. As much crap as we talk about Capcom, there's a couple of IPs that Capcom has that just has us by the balls.
Yes,
Monster Hunter's mine.
Yep.
For Kuuppon is Ace Attorney.
Yep.
For Alex is what? Mega Man?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Devil May Cry.
So
Capcom, I could take that one too.
And I think this is the reason why we get so mad at Capcom. Just aside, just
they
a little aside. I'm not gonna go real gamer on Capcom, but just a little aside.
What do you mean you're not gonna go out and spend $40 in Street Fighter? You're not.
Stop it!
Oh my god!
The day after they piss you off, you're not doing.
But that's the reason why we get so upset with Capcom is because
and they better bring Apollo
so,
Justice too.
Yeah, they have so many IPs that people love and want. And they find a way to just kind of dick around and just not do the correct thing and just bring the games that we want, or they do bring the games that we want and then they F them up like they did with freaking Marvel vs. Capcom. It's just do right. Do something right, Please.
Thank you.
Why is that so hard?
Yeah. So we're gonna
making games for so long.
Seriously, this is good news.
They've been making games for so long, you're right, but they just can't get it together.
I just need
if Ace Attorney
Apollo in there too, and I'll be good to go. Don't just give me Ace.
But if this Ace Attorney thing...
so it does download while you're playing a different game. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So if this Ace Attorney thing does come to fruition, there's going to be a lot of happy people because there's a lot of people out there that love Phoenix Wright and Ace Attorney and all that. So we're going to go ahead and talk about our next topic. So apparently, remember how we talked about, it was a long time ago, we talked about this on Team Red.
Yep.
About how Nintendo were talking about how they wanted to expand their IPs into different spaces. One of those being entertainment. So listen here, folks, it's getting good. We already know that Super Mario is getting a theme park at Universal Studios, which we're very excited about. So now we're finally getting into the movie side of things, okay? So there is a Super Mario Brothers movie in the works right now from Illumination Entertainment, which is a subsidiary of Universal Studios. So I'm going to be reading this from Collider. It goes on as follows. Back in 1993, the cinematic abomination of Super Mario Brothers assaulted audiences. Listen, it assaulted audiences everywhere. It was an assault. I was violated. That movie was garbage.
Violated. I don't remember a Goomba looking like that.
That movie was trash.
I'm pretty sure that was the first time I ever felt despair.
Those Goombas were absolute garbage.
I was like,
I was low.
Goombas. King Koopa
I
was
I was low key feeling King Koopa with the cornrows. That was kind of hot.
Nah, that was some
The
dumb
cornrows was
shit.
kind of hot.
I'm not gonna subscribe to that. That was straight trash. Is she trying to? No,
I'm just saying
That's
his cornrows was on point.
his cornrows were on point, but he wasn't no Bowser.
He wasn't no Bowser, but them cornrows.
Bowser don't got cornrows.
Them cornrows though.
Bowser got red, lovely locks.
Yes. So we're gonna go on and finish this. Okay. So, as the Wall Street Journal reports, Nintendo is close to making a deal with Illumination Entertainment to make an animated Super Mario feature film. The Hollywood Reporter confirms that the companies are near a deal, citing their own sources. The negotiations had been going on for about a year, buoyed by the theme park partnership between Universal and Nintendo. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Presumably, the deal is currently for one film with the potential to further franchise the iconic video game property from there. Its status, early development. So don't expect much on this front for a few years.
Damn.
Illumination Entertainment currently has a 4 untitled film slate released for 2021, 2022, and 2023. So perhaps one of them will fall to Super Mario. The good news is that this will be an animated adaptation, which is what we all want.
Yes.
It's very obviously superior idea to trying to make a live action film. And it will release with Nintendo's latest installment to the franchise, Super Mario Odyssey, receiving rave reviews. The world's most famous plumber is back at the zeitgeist again. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with Illumination Studios, they're the same people who made... Yes, he's not a plumber anymore. So they made Despicable Me, they made Sing, and they made The Secret Life of Pets. So for those of you guys who don't know who Illumination Studio is, I'm pretty sure you guys are at least very much familiar with Despicable Me and the Minions movies.
Despicable Me are good movies.
Yeah, so go ahead and talk about this, y'all. Any order. Y'all go ahead and talk about it.
Thank God it is a freaking animation at the very least. Because
that's all that matters.
Get live action. I'm not on board for that no more. I don't give a damn who you are.
Whoever thought that was a good idea in the first place?
In the first place,
I don't know who thought that was a good idea.
Just glad they ain't thinking about it now. They decided, we're not doing that, so that's a good thing. Despicable Me was a good movie, so that's good to know that they had something reputable underneath their belt, so I can feel a little bit at ease. Don't know much about the Sing. I've seen some of it in The Secret Life of Pets and stuff. Don't really know much about that, but at the very least, they have something good under their belt, which is Despicable Me. Minions, my God, I wish they never made them, but whatever, they're here.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
I like the Minions.
I mean, I like them better than the rabbits, that's for sure.
And Illumination Studios, man, a lot of people are always so gung-ho about Pixar and stuff like that, but Illumination Studios does some really good animations too.
Yeah.
Good.
Like,
so I'm good. I'm glad.
I like Despicable Me, but I think that their animation really shine in Secret Life of Pets. I guess it's because it's a little bit more recent. I think Sing is actually the most recent, but I haven't seen Sing.
I've not seen that.
But Secret Life of Pets was so wonderfully animated. Like, it was like, I didn't find many flaws at all with that movie as far as the way that it looked, this visual style. And so if Illumination Studios is going to be the one that's going to be heading this film, y'all already know that Nintendo's not going to let them mess it up.
They're not going to let Mario be in a bad movie.
They're going to make sure that this they're going to make sure that this movie looks visually pleasing to the eye. And if you remember how we were talking some time ago, how Miyamoto is getting more invested in the other side of things rather than just the movie.
He's gonna be hands-on with the movie.
Yeah, and you remember those Pikmin shorts?
Yeah,
Miyamoto directed that, and those were beautiful.
That's what I've been saying. Like, let him do the movies, because I think he's honestly bored with making video games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And he did a really good job making those Pikmin shorts. Like, let him make a full-on movie. Let him expand.
Those Pikmin shorts are beautiful. Like, they're so pretty. The animation is very pristine. It's very clean looking. I love it. So, I'm very interested. And you remember Wreck-It Ralph, how Bowser made an appearance? Like, imagine that type of animation.
That's he's gonna be looking like that.
That's gonna look great. All right, Alex, I'm gonna go ahead and give it over to you.
I'm excited. This is what I've been wanting for a long time. We saw Mario Odyssey had a few more cutscenes than we normally get in a Mario game, and they were very good looking. So like an entire movie with cutscenes like that, like that's gonna be exciting. With Miyamoto at the helm with the Minions guys, I think this could be a very entertaining movie. And we don't have to worry about motion controls and dumb stuff. So I think it could be a lot of fun.
So you mean we don't have to worry about the whole game where you have to look at a second screen
It'll
for the
probably
cockpit?
be in 3D though.
Maybe you have to bring your Switch to the theater and look down and look up. I don't know. Maybe they'll try some crazy stuff like that. But I don't think so.
Now this is where Nintendo needs to put their crazy ideas in movies. Where not Nintendo, but more so Miyamoto needs to put his crazy ideas in this type of stuff instead of in games. This is where he belongs. This is where his quirky ideas work best. So
exactly. I think it's a perfect fit for him now.
Yeah, and you already know Universal Studios, the theme park with Nintendo. You know that is gonna be big. When they decide to make this movie, they're gonna do it big. I can't wait till that park is made in the U.S.
I was surprised that they're not teaming up with Universal to make the movie.
Well, Illumination
Studios. Is Illumination owned by Universal?
Yeah, they're under Universal Studios.
Oh, okay. So that does make more sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Their Illumination Studios is under the umbrella. It's one of their animation, or it might be their sole animation studio.
Okay, well that makes a lot of sense then.
Yes.
Okay, that fits.
So,
lots of excitement coming from the Nintendo side of things.
Yeah.
Like obviously Pixar would be the first choice, but like these guys they're not slouches.
They're not slouches, definitely not. Like I said, the animation that they do is beautiful, but of course Pixar has that added Disney magic, but these guys they have their own magic too, I think.
But you definitely want to make sure that they want to keep their their partnerships going.
I'm very curious to see how that heifer gets kidnapped this time.
She might not even be getting kidnapped. It might be something completely.
You know what I want? I want to see Pauline. Let's just get rid of Peach altogether. Let's just have Pauline be a thing. She's in New Donk City. Some things is going on, and she needs Mario to fix some things up, and then we go from there. Like that would be nice. I'm tired of the kidnap bit, and I'm tired of Peach getting kidnapped. Let her get married. Let her get married to freaking Bowser. Damn it! She didn't get married at the end of the freaking game.
No.
God, why did you make this up? Just let her get married. Let him beat him up and be like, and then she'd be like, you know what, Mario, I'm gonna go ahead and marry him. And be like, and then Bowser can go and do his thing. We could start seeing Wario maybe and Waluigi be the bad guys.
This kind of stuff really does bring out the kid in me. Like who didn't want a Pixar-like movie as a kid of Mario? Like,
I don't know, man. People have been mature since birth.
And then this Universal Studios partnership, me and my boyfriend are going to that park. Like,
same here.
It's happening.
Totally going.
It's happening.
I'm gonna try and go on opening weekend.
Man, I feel like I had something else to say, but I'm just so like just the ideas running in my mind of all of this stuff. Like, it's really just bringing out the kid in me, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so happy that Nintendo is allowing other people to use their IPs in this way. This is really going to hoist their brand
It's
up.
long overdue.
Yeah. Long overdue.
Oh my God, I wonder how it's going to be opening day for that thing. I want to really be there for opening day for
I think that movie is going to sell gangbusters.
That movie would be a hot item. I can't even talk. I can't even
talk.
Do
it.
I can't talk.
It's going to be fun.
Anyway, let's move on to the Game Awards because I can't talk. Like, this idea is
do it.
Nintendo's killing it. Anyway, so let's talk about this is our discussion for tonight. So make sure you guys are brewing up questions that you have because this is our main discussion topic. So we want you guys to chime in after this. So go ahead and start thinking about questions. Make sure you put those down in the chat. I want to take this time out to do a couple of shout outs before we move on to our main topic. Shout outs to Matthew Pipes. Shout outs to Tony Kaname Curon. Shout outs to Arfan Ali. Shout outs to Garuda. Shout outs to Muhammad Alavi. Shout outs to M Prime. You guys, Jerry Totten, Omega Fire, Unforgiven, Keith Norris. You guys are awesome. I saw my homie J3 Entertainment in here. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you get those questions ready. Make sure you give this podcast a share and a like, because that helps get our SEO up and more people will see this in their recommended feed. So thank you guys so much. So I want to talk about this because this news just broke out today. We now know the nominations for the Game of the Year, or not the Game of the Year awards, but the Game of Awards 2017. And let me tell you, Nintendo, we already knew Nintendo had a great year, but Nintendo is being recognized in so many big ways this year. I know that they were maybe last year, 2015 or 14, something like that. But this year, they're in almost every major category. So I'm going to go down a list real quick. And me and my panel mates, we're going to talk about this whenever I go over the nominations. So first and foremost, for Game of the Year, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, PUBG, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn. For Best Game Direction, we have Wolfenstein 2, Resident Evil 7, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn. For Best Narrative, we have What Remains of Edith Finch, Nier Automata, Hellblade, Wolfenstein 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. For Best Art Direction, we have Destiny 2, Cuphead, Zelda, Persona, and Horizon. Best Score, we have Destiny 2, Cuphead, Nier, Zelda, Mario, and Persona 5. Best Audio Design, we have Destiny 2, Hellblade, Resident Evil, Zelda, and Mario. Best Performance, as far as voice acting, we have Melina Juergens, who was a character in Hellblade. I guess she was the main girl.
She was Senua.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Laura Bailey from Uncharted Lost Legacy, Claudia Black from Uncharted Lost Legacy. I guess that's Nadine and
yeah, Nadine
Claudia. And not Claudia, what's her name? Chloe. Brian
Chloe's
Bloom
the best.
from Wolfenstein 2, and Ashley Birch, who was Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn. For Games for Impact, we have Please Knock on My Door, Night in the Woods, Life is Strange, Bury Me, My Love, What Remains of Edith Finch, and Hellblade. Best Ongoing Game, Warframe, Rainbow Six, Overwatch, Grand Theft Auto, Destiny 2, and PUBG. This is a long list. Holy crap. Alright, so Best Mobile Game, Mario Run, Old Man's Journey, Monument Valley 2, Hidden Folks Fire Emblem Heroes. Best Handheld Game, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, Monster Hunter Stories, Metroid Samus Returns, Fire Emblem Heroes, Ever Oasis. So we got 3 Nintendo games in that category.
It's crazy.
I'm just gonna move on to the ones that have Nintendo games. See, Best Action Adventures, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Assassin's Creed Origins, Zelda, Mario, Horizon. Best let's see, Nintendo's not in there. Best Fighting Game, Tekken 7, Nighthawk 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Injustice 2, and ARMS. Best Family Game is Splatoon, Sonic Mania, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario Odyssey. Dang, all of those are Nintendo games except for Sonic Mania.
Right?
Whoa. Okay. Best Strategy, XCOM 2, Tooth and Nail, Total War Warhammer 2, Halo Wars 2, and Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And then we have Best Multiplayer, Fortnite, Call of Duty World War 2, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Destiny 2, PUBG. There is no Nintendo games the best anticipated game because Nintendo's still keeping a lot of stuff for next year under wraps. Let's see.
Most anticipated game is
I'm
just a bunch of
surprised
Sony games.
Yeah, it is. I think that's
True.
it. That's it for the main categories, but all of those categories that pretty much the main ones do have a Nintendo game present. But what we really want to talk about, and what y'all want to talk about, is Game of the Year. I already know. So I'm gonna let Alex have the floor. Talk about how you feel about these Game of the Year nominations, and how do you feel about them in relation to what Nintendo brings to the table.
Most of them, I think it's fair to be in there, except for one, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, Mario Odyssey obviously should be there. Breath of the Wild, that's a clear choice. So those two, I think it's one of those two that should win, but there's probably another game in there that will win, unfortunately. And that's the game that shouldn't even be there, and that's PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't care if you people in the chat are going to get mad. This game has no business being in the Game of the Year contention. It's not a finished game. It's an online-only game. It visually looks like shit. It has so many fucking bugs. This is not a finished product. It has no business at all being considered as a Game of the Year. The only reason it's here is because it got popular on Twitch and a bunch of wannabes play it. And it's a popularity contest. This game doesn't stack up to any of the other games in there, which are all finished quality games. I don't know why that game is in there. Again, it has no business. It should be something like Wolfenstein 2, but it is what it is. And unfortunately,
it might win. And that's unfortunate.
And unfortunately, it's going to win because when you look at the list here, there's 2 Nintendo games. That's going to split the fan base. There's 2 PS4 games. That's going to split the fan base. Every single Xbox and PC gamer is going to pick PlayerUnknown's Battleground. That is going to be your Game of the Year, and it's a game that shouldn't even be on the list.
That's crazy. All right. Well, Kuuppon, how do you feel about this list? How do you feel about the Game of the Year in relation to Nintendo?
PlayerUnknown's Battleground aside, if it wasn't even fucking there, these are some good picks because Persona, after that game is awesome. Zelda, awesome. I haven't played Mario, but you don't have to play it to know it's awesome. Horizon Zero Dawn, got to play a little bit of it, and it is an awesome game. Just after playing Zelda, you kind of just feel like, you kind of just be like, I played Zelda, I'm sorry, boo-boo. So, unfortunately, I don't see Horizon winning. Unfortunately, I don't see Persona 5 winning. If PUBG wasn't there, it's a toss-up between Zelda and Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
Those two would probably win if PUBG wasn't there. Just like kind of how Overwatch snuck in and people weren't expecting it, that's what's going to happen with PUBG. It's pretty much sneaking in. It's going to be
going to do the same thing Overwatch did last year.
Yep. So that's your Game of the Year. Now, I will be surprised if it doesn't get Game of the Year and Zelda or Mario wins, and I wouldn't be surprised if Persona actually wins it, if not those two.
I would. Persona's pretty niche.
So, but I mean, it is fairly niche, so it's a toss-up between Mario and Zelda if PUBG does not win.
Yeah.
That's only if PUBG don't win, but it is, so it's kind of like no-brainer there.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, it's like a no-brainer. It's like PUBG's gonna win, because, I mean, look at it. It's super freaking popular overnight. All the controversy behind it. PC gamers, Xbox gamers. What more do you need?
Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, okay, I'll start with this before I go on the PUBG thing. As far as how Nintendo is faring, as far as Game of the Year, they got 2 games in the Game of the Year category. Not only do they just have 2 games in the Game of the Year category, they have easily 2 of the most renowned games from 2 of the most renowned franchises in gaming. And I don't care what nobody say about nostalgia.
Everybody who's a gamer, everybody who is a gamer, you know who Mario and Zelda are. You know about those games, period. So let's get the nostalgia BS out the way. You know those games. Or you're not a gamer. Get the hell out. That's all I gotta say.
That's where I was going with that. Like, you have 2, not only are they amazing games regardless of what franchises they're from, but then you have to take into consideration that Zelda, one of the best Zelda games that we've had,
in a long
is a Game of the Year contestant. Mario, one of the best Marios we've ever had, Game of the Year contestant. I think that speaks volumes.
I'm mad because I feel like they're getting robbed. I feel like both of those 2 games are getting robbed this year. Finally, we get the 2. Finally, and they're getting robbed for a.
But we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet because it hasn't won yet. However,
based on last year, we know what's going to happen.
But if PUBG wins, I will feel like that. You mean to tell me the best Zelda we've ever had, the best Mario we've ever had. And even though I haven't played Persona 5 and Horizon Zero Dawn,
and the best Persona we ever had.
One of the best new IPs of the year with Horizon. Right. Persona 5, one of the best RPGs this year. You mean to tell me that PUBG? You have a game like PUBG who can mosey their way in and sit toe-to-toe with these games? That's what you're telling me right now.
Like, irregardless if Mario and Zelda don't win at all, PUBG, how did that get in there with Persona, with freaking Horizon,
That's
Mario
what I'm saying.
and Zelda? That doesn't make sense to me. And I understand there's people who are really excited about that game, about PUBG, and I understand it's very popular. I get that, but you have to take into account the gloriousness of these 4 games.
Exactly.
Over PUBG.
They don't even stack up. Like,
they stack up.
It just does not stack up to it at all.
That game is so out of place compared to the other 4 games. All the other 4 games are beautiful, complete games. None of them are trying to fuck you over with loot boxes or microtransactions or none of that shit. Then you have PUBG, one of the ugliest games I've ever seen in my life. One of the buggiest games I've ever seen. Filled with garbage. And people just continue to praise it. I don't understand. PC gamers don't usually stand for shit like this, but they make so many excuses for this buggy-ass game.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's voted Game of the Year just because of popularity is disgusting. Mm-hmm. It's worse than last year's Overwatch. At least Overwatch is a quality game.
It's constantly building at the very least. At the time, it shouldn't have got...
At that time, it was not Game of the Year.
It was not Game of the Year.
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry, at that time, it was not Game of the Year. But
at least
right
it was
now,
a complete game that wasn't buggy and ugly and shit. Like, ridiculous.
Exactly.
But it's basically doing an Overwatch. It's doing an Overwatch, and I'm just like...
I definitely have problems with PUBG being there, and I think the part that I feel the most upset for is the fact that, like you guys were saying, it's probably going to win. It doesn't stack up to Zelda. It doesn't stack up to Mario. It doesn't stack up to Persona. It doesn't stack up to Horizon, and that's just what it is.
I just
look
at
it popular, it's probably gonna win.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like,
20 million sold. It's gonna win.
This thing wins Game of the Year, and it just literally stole.
It's gonna steal the win.
It's gonna steal the win for mediocrity. Are you serious?
Yep,
so mediocrity is your Game of the Year.
Unfinished game is gonna win.
Mediocrity is the Game of the Year. I hope it isn't. I hope we're over. Mm-hmm. I really hope that we're just getting ahead of ourselves.
In the kind of gaming world we live in right now, you gotta be foolish.
But look at what we got going on. People are sitting up here screaming over some freaking, EA and everything, but they still bought Star Wars, so you don't care. Yeah. So obviously this is gonna freaking work. You still bought the damn game, so this thing is gonna get Game of the Year. That's the kind of.
So let me ask y'all this: in y'all heart of hearts, are y'all of the opinion that PlayerUnknown is gonna win?
I feel that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Kuuppon, you think that PlayerUnknown is gonna win? Alex, do you also think PlayerUnknown is gonna win?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think PlayerUnknown is gonna win too.
Yeah, but if I could say, I would like for Zelda to win or Mario to win. Well, I haven't played Mario, so I can't really, jump on there. I want Zelda to win. I really wanted Zelda to freaking get Game of the Year. That's my fangirlism right there showing. I'll admit that. But even if it doesn't, I would want Mario to get it.
I would rather anybody win, but that.
I would rather anybody. But
any game winning ahead of PUBG is a win.
Like, I won't even be mad for Zero Dawn getting it. Hell, I don't care anymore at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Horizon's a boring game, but even if that game wins over PUBG, that's a win.
It deserves it,
So let me ask y'all this then. If PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds wins, do y'all think that further cements this idea that people have that single-player games are dying?
No.
You think so?
Alex? Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because a broken, buggy-ass game that's multiplayer only winning 2 fucking years in a row Game of the Year? Yes, absolutely. It redefines
I don't think that it means that single player games are dying. I just think it means that people are.
It pushes that agenda.
I think what it is it's not that they're dying, because they're always going to be made by, there's publishers always going to make a single player game, but it does emphasize that gamers today could care less about single player games.
Yes.
That's what it does.
That's exactly
online only games shouldn't even be nominated. Period. They're half a game.
I feel like that too, but
Yeah. Like,
but sometimes games
if it's an online only game, it should just be free to play, in my opinion.
They should only be allowed to be part of like best online game or best multiplayer, whatever the hell it's called.
I feel like that too, but I feel like there's certain games that people, playing devil's advocate, that if a game has so much of an impact within the community, then it deserves the praise, because most people praise it for a reason. It has to be so much fun.
I'm not discounting the fact that it could be fun for people and all that stuff like that, but it being game of the year and it's not even a finished game, it's just an online game and it's still fairly buggy. That doesn't sit right with me. You have Zelda Breath of the Wild has a decent story. It wasn't the greatest, but it's a big open world. There's plenty of shit to do. You got DLC coming soon. You got Mario Odyssey, wonderful fucking game. I'm pretty sure the story's great. I can't judge it because I haven't played, but looking at it is gorgeous.
It's
then you got Zero Dawn.
It's very rare to have an open world game like Zelda that's so like polished.
Yeah. And you got freaking Persona 5, beautiful music, beautiful cast of characters, wonderful story, great RPG, you know, and then you got Horizon Zero Dawn, great story, great, you know, it looks good, all that good stuff. And then you got PUBG, who isn't even finished. It's not a finished game. That is my biggest concern. A unfinished game can be game of the year. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
I might be a big fan of Overwatch, but it didn't deserve game of the year. It wasn't finished.
Why don't we go into fucking Steam early access and pick some games and put them for game of the year?
Oh, Battlefront.
Ridiculous.
That's crazy. But we have to move on, guys. We have to move on. So we're gonna go ahead and start answering you guys' questions. And Kuuppon, I'm gonna let you choose from the pool.
No, I don't want to.
I feel like my voice is. I feel like my voice is leaving my body.
Okay, so Ruby asks, which game do you think should replace PUBG for Game of the Year?
Not Sonic Forces. Next question.
For what game I think should replace PUBG in Game of the Year? If y'all really want me to be 100% honest, I think it should be Cuphead. I say Cuphead should have been up there.
No, actually, Nier Automata.
Nier is also a good choice, but the reason why I said Cuphead is because Cuphead is one of the most different, most interesting, most unique games that has come out this year, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, all those other games are great. Hellblade could have been up there. It's great. Yep, Nier could have been up there. It's great. But Cuphead did so much, I think, for the new way that we look at shoot 'em ups. Even though it's still based on the same core fundamentals that we grew up like with Contra and Ghouls and Ghosts and all that stuff.
They did it right.
But it did it so perfectly. It did it in such an artistic, beautiful, creative style. It should have been up there with them. That's just my opinion. Really, anybody with PUBG. It could have been Assassin's Creed. It could have been Hellblade. It could have been freaking Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Wolfenstein, I think, would be fair, but I would have picked Nier Automata. That's one of the best games I played this year. That's an amazing game.
Yes.
It's better than Cuphead. I beasted through Cuphead in a couple days. But, like, Cuphead, I think it should win Indie of the Year, which I'm pretty sure it will.
I think it is in the Indie slide, by the way.
Yeah, it's in there for Indie of the Year. So.
Muhammad Alavi asked a good question. He says, is PUBG nominated for any what do you say? Is PUBG nominated for anything?
Yeah, it's in like 2 or 3 categories.
Because he said if it isn't, it's a GOTY locked in. So if it's not nominated for anything else,
it's nominated for like multiplayer of the year, and I think a third option too.
Like that's where it could have been. Like the multiplayer. That's where it's supposed to be.
It's definitely gonna win multiplayer of the year. There's a reason people like it.
That's fine. I don't mind that. But game of the year,
it's not game of the year though. No, it doesn't belong there.
No,
I agree.
You haven't played it. I don't give a shit. It doesn't belong there. I haven't played Horizon, so what's your point? Or Mario yet, but they belong there. So yeah, no, sorry, get that shit out of there. But what's some
they made a bad choice.
They did. I agree.
All I'm saying is please don't win. Okay, so
you guys think Jeff Keighley's gonna bring Kojima on stage and just stare at him again
and jerk him off again? I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna like salivate over him. Like
I gotta answer. Give you guys this question. This one's funny. So, Unforgiven, he says, will Xenoblade 2 lose to Witcher 3 DLC on the next year's game?
Oh,
course it
my
will.
God.
Of course it will.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sure Witcher 3 is going to have some more DLC by then.
It probably has some more.
Oh, my God.
Some DLC. Well, you see there was a category in there.
Oh my
No, there is a
God.
category.
It'll probably like lose out to Persona 5 DLC or something.
They have
Or
the
the
best
Champions Valid Zelda DLC.
Oh
No, but you guys, they have the best ongoing game.
How come they don't have a best DLC this year?
They
Last year
don't.
they did.
Because they replaced it with best ongoing game.
Yeah, they
Oh.
did. I noticed that.
Yeah, that's the
What
new
hell does that even
category.
mean?
And yeah, it's
Games that continuously
and guess
get
what's in-
updates and expansions.
And guess who's in there? Overwatch and PUBG. So it's between those two they're gonna get ongoing game of the year and Grand Theft Auto. So it'll be one of those three that'll get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they got Destiny 2, which everybody's been dropped off of that. Rainbow Six Siege,
That
people are
game's
mad
dead
about
now.
that. Warframe has been
getting...
yeah.
Rainbow Six it's gaining popularity again.
No, not that.
Not that one.
Destiny.
Destiny 2. It's been.
Is it dead already?
Yeah, they're leaving.
Yeah,
They're-
people have
they're
been
pissed
dropping
off
off real quick.
Oh my
real
God.
quick. Yeah, they just been trying to hide it.
I think Lawbreaker should win LOL of the year.
Oh my God,
Whoa.
most disappointing, most
Actually, they should
quickest
get
drop off of the
the
year.
Stay Humble of the year. That should be an award.
we need that. We need that category. Stay humble.
of the year. Lord have mercy.
Oh wait, yeah, they should totally stay humble. But it's a toss up between those three. Let's see, what's the other questions?
They should have funny awards like that, like biggest
Yes,
disappointment
really.
of the year, things like that.
Oh no.
That would
What
be
was,
so
what was the
funny.
biggest disappointment of this year?
Sonic Forces.
Oh no.
Outside of that one.
Probably
Something-
Lawbreakers.
Something, yeah.
No, Battlefront 2.
Yeah. Well, people
That's
still
gotta
buying it.
be biggest disappointment of the year.
It's a disappointment, but people are still
People
buying it.
still
I'm pretty
gonna
sure it's
buy
still
that.
good.
You
It's
already
still
know.
gonna do good.
Well, that's because most gamers don't have a spine.
Well, then there you go.
They're
So,
like crackheads. They have to buy. They have to
Yeah,
buy.
they have to have it.
consume.
Oh, if I don't have it day one, don't have it.
never mind the fact that there is a Battlefront 2, still, the old school one still up, ready for you to use. No loot boxes, but
Yep. I'd rather just play Battlefront 1 at this
I'm
point.
saying, goodness.
But whatever.
You could probably
What's
do
some other
maybe
questions?
like one or two more.
Okay. Should Nintendo add a Super Luigi Odyssey as DLC for the Super Mario
Man, you
Odyssey?
really want that Super Luigi DLC?
That's Matthew.
I would actually like that. That actually sounds pretty lit.
I mean, I wouldn't mind playing Luigi if you.
With all new king. Well, maybe not all new because that would be
not
a lot,
all new kingdoms,
maybe
but
like
a couple,
3
at
or
least
4
a
of
few.
the kingdoms. That would be dope.
And I would like it if he had like different abilities, maybe.
I'd rather like he has his own kingdom and it's just a big Luigi mansion.
You know what I really want? I want
Luigi's Mansion Kingdom. Yes.
Yeah,
Alex?
that'd be awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
my God! I had to
nice.
process that for a little bit. Like, what? That is yes.
And
Do
then he
it,
could also go to
please.
Captain Toad Kingdom too.
Yes,
Yep.
do this.
Captain Toad should have his own kingdom as well.
But you know what I would
It'd
really
be like
like
the
to
big
see in
tower
some
with
of
the
these-
bird.
Yep.
You know what I really would like to see in some of these Super Mario games? I would love to see some Waluigi and some freaking.
What is up with Waluigi, man? People be talking about Waluigi like he the
the
hotness,
goat.
bro.
He is the
Yes,
goat.
he's the goat.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know?
Like I told Mr. T, you've never felt style and grace till you had Waluigi in your face.
That's hilarious.
What the fuck is that? And I guess the last one asks, do you think PUBG will win because it's multiplayer? Probably so.
Fuck
Yes.
PUBG.
Before we get out of here, for those of you guys who have Super Bomberman R, Digital Man just told me that Konami is putting out free DLC content patch for Super Bomberman R. People should give them props. They have been coming through with DLC like every other month since launch,
that
and they
game
never
still full
mentioned the
price?
season pass. I don't know. But it's constantly getting updates and DLC is what he said. and
I
it's
think
free.
it's gotten more updates than any other Switch game.
Yeah, and it's free. So if you have Super Bomberman R, there you go.
Okay, also, I just want to give a shout out to Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley creator teases new content for multiplayer update that will also affect single player.
Nice.
Yep. So get ready.
Nice.
Is that game gonna get crossplay?
Apparently, looks like we might be able to play with the PC game. But so here's a tweet. He says, I'm working on some new Stardew Valley content to be released with the upcoming free multiplayer update. This will affect single player too. I'll share more when the release gets closer, though I'll keep some things secret. More fun.
He should add some shit like you can farm Mario mushrooms and flowers.
Well, you know what this means, Alex. You're gonna have to postpone your wedding, bruh.
Yep.
His girl is
his fiance is
hard body on
this.
Stardew Valley. Oh, by the way, tell her she needs to hook up with me because me and her are gonna be best friends via Stardew Valley multiplayer. Okay, we about to be best friends.
No crossplay with PS4. That's true, Mom.
Oh, that's too bad.
That is true.
That's too bad.
Oh, man, Sony gang don't get no love.
That's their fault.
We can play Rocket League with Xbox, PC, and Switch gang.
That's crazy, right?
What the fuck?
All right,
I don't have
it. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this podcast to a close. I want to thank you guys again for coming through. Shout out to y'all, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking around. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Now that we are live, because that'll get in people's feeds, and even when it's archived, make sure you give this thing a like and a share. So we're gonna go ahead and do our outros, and we're gonna bounce. Since I started with Kuuppon last time, we're gonna start with Alex. Alex, go ahead and give your outro and let the people know where they can find you.
Alright, what's good, people? Active Sin here. You can find me on YouTube, Active Sin, on Twitter at Active Sin Gaming, and join our Discord because we're always in there talking trash. It's pretty cancerous, I'm not gonna lie, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh my god.
Alex has no chill. I just can't, but he ain't lying though. We was roasting the mug out of freaking Real Gamer the other day. Well, not me.
Yo, I know for a fact that man was clasping his Xbox One controller. He's like, we got the power.
They were trolling the heck out of Real the other day, bro. Anyway, Kuuppon, get your outro, boo.
First of all, Microsoft, I don't want your online crap. I don't have an Xbox anymore, so cancel. And anyway, I have to turn off their Xbox Live.
You still have your live account? Like you still have
I forgot. Well, they were just letting me. It was still continuing. They were just letting me know it's about to renew, and I was like, oh wait, no, cancel that.
Yeah. I hope that Microsoft give me a reason to buy my Xbox back, man. Sometimes I miss playing my Xbox.
I don't.
I get that feeling once in a while too. But then I remember I have an Xbox. It's called a PC.
Like if Halo 6 comes out and it's not on PC, I might have to go.
Yeah, if that happens, I'll have an Xbox the day Halo 6 launches.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's the power of Halo to me.
Yeah, Halo. I gotta have Halo. Anyway, go ahead, bro. I ain't mean to cut you off.
So so you, like I said, Cuphead this weekend. Hopefully, we're gonna try and get some Mario. Try to get not Sonic Forces.
Oh my god! Oh Sonic my god! Mania. No!
Sonic Mania, and some other various little tidbits of games and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And also, you can find me on,
what?
People, Switch Gang, pay attention. Target and Best Buy are having a lot of Switch third-party games on sale for Black Friday. So if you've been holding out on third-party Switch games, get it on Black Friday because they're like $20, $30 off. Yep. Some of them are like half price.
That's what I've been waiting for. I can finally get this Gaia.
To you fools who bought Sonic Forces Day 1, you're dumb because it's half price on Black Friday.
Dang, Alex, cry.
No chill, but
send
anyway.
all of your hate mail to Actives in Gaming.
Alex and Gaming.
That's fine. That's not a real email.
This man has zero chill. He does not know how to chill. Okay.
I'm chilling right now with Waluigi. I just came in first place.
Oh damn, let's go. So y'all already know who it is. It's your girl Nia, the video gamer. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Somebody in the chat said that this was one of our better episodes. I'm glad you feel that way, fam. We have a great show. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you like Nintendo, keep watching. If you know somebody who likes Nintendo, suggest our podcast to them. We are a Nintendo podcast that keeps it real. We tell you the good and the bad. We do spill the tea when we need to.
No shilling here.
Yeah, no shilling here. No shilling here. So yeah, also remember that the Zelda amiibo, they're out, guys. So if y'all can find those,
mine showed up 4 days late. Fucking Best Buy.
What?
I'm mad because I can't find them.
They're supposed to come out on the Friday, right?
Yeah.
Mine got delivered to me on Monday.
The hell?
Yeah.
Fucking Best Buy.
No offense, you get to answer more than 2 questions. We did like 4 questions, Arfin. What are you talking about?
Maybe we did half questions.
No, we answered 4 questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually did 5, but you know, it's whatever.
Anywho, we're out. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you follow me at TheVideoGamHer on Twitter. Make sure you're following me as well on YouTube at TheVideoGamHer, and on Twitch I am Nia Loves Nancy. This has been Team Red Talks Nintendo number 54. You can anticipate watching us again next week on Actives and Gaming's channel, and we will see. No, Kuuppon's
next
channel.
Week is Kuuppon's
channel. So if you would like to follow Kuuppon, her information is in my description, or you could just search Kuuppon on YouTube. Her name is currently on my screen on this image here. That is me and her name. And we will see you next week.
That's me. Oh my God. We gotta switch that.
the official Doom Twitter.
Get ready for PUBG. Game of the year, y'all.
Yeah, PUBG, y'all.